Today we're at this house where we're replacing 11 windows. Let's take a look. Now these are old wood windows. There's many kinds of windows, but this is the most common kind. It's a double hung window. Let me show you another thing that could be done when we replace windows to make them as energy efficient as possible. Here's another little trick, and this is, I can guarantee you that no replacement window companies do this, but that is to try to seal the shim space between the existing window and the framed opening. What we can do is drill a hole here, and we have our foam gun with a needle. When I pull the trigger, this foam is coming out of the gun like that, and we stick it in there. I'm pulling the trigger right now. All that foam is going into that shim space. So what is that going to do for us? Well, it's going to prevent cold air from coming in around this casing here or here, and stop airflow. And that's very important. You won't get that with any standard replacement window service. This is an extra step that we go through to ensure that these windows are as energy efficient as possible. Okay, well, let's take a look at these new windows. These new windows are more energy efficient than the old windows. That's the reason to replace them in the first place. First of all, we have double glazing. And double glazing, two pieces of glass, provides a space between the glass so that we don't get as much heat transmittance through the glass itself. We also have low E glass. Now this is very important. Low E glass is low emissivity, and that means that we can let visible light through, but we're going to block a large portion of the part of the light spectrum that carries heat, that radiates heat. So low E glass prevents heat flow from the outside in the summer and from the inside out in the winter. Another element of this window is we can see that it has a vinyl frame, and vinyl never needs paint. It won't rot. It won't twist and warp with more moisture, less moisture, and so forth. So openings don't open up between the wood where air can get through in various seasons. So vinyl is really the ideal material to use, and it lowers your maintenance cost. I have this label here, and it has several things on it, the most important one being the U factor. And the U factor of this window is 0.31, and that's very good. The lower the U factor, the better. A window or a door is always the weak spot in the thermal boundary of the house, or a weak spot in the thermal efficiency of any wall. It's always going to be colder than the wall. Take a look at our thermal imaging camera. We see that the glass on the window that we did not do is 50 degrees, and look at the difference. The glass on the window that we did do is 67 degrees. Wow, what a difference. Well, that's the last of them. That's another quality window job.
One of the most important elements in window replacement is the installation. Let's get started. A full frame replacement is a 9-step process that takes approximately 45 to 60 minutes to complete. The first step is to remove the old window down to the original opening. This includes glass, old window frame, interior and exterior trim, and any previous insulation. Having every part of the old window removed now gives the opportunity for step 2. Window technician inspects the condition of the framed opening to check for any mold, rot, or water damage. If there is no damage, we continue on with the installation. Included in this step, our tech will check if the original framed opening is out of square. In many cases, we find this issue due to the home settling over time. This allows us an opportunity to correct it, thus installing the perfect replacement window. Adding waterproof adhesive to the sill prevents any water to seep into the opening or walls. The new window unit is slid into place, leveled and plumbed perfectly with shims, eliminating any possibility of a tilted window. Step 4 of the process is to secure the window unit to the home with the nailing flange by either nailing or screwing to the home to prevent any movement of the window. Step 5. The outside portion of the window is then sealed with a waterproof adhesive to prevent any water or air infiltration. The installer finalizes the outside process by adding the trim. When installing aluminum trim, a small piece of wood between the new window and the home siding is needed to create a solid backing for the aluminum. A true craftsman will always ensure this process is done correctly. A high-tech caulk is then applied around the trim to complete the exterior of the window. Now we move to the interior of the home to complete this full frame installation. Our window tech adds low expansion insulation foam around the complete cavity of the window frame. Adding this insulation will drastically decrease drafts, energy loss, and noise. In the final step of this installation, we add a beautiful interior trim and hardware package selected by the client. One last check of the window's moving parts, and then it's off to the next window. With all things considered, it's evident a full frame replacement would be a better option for any home, since it ensures the complete replacement of the entire window. We hope that this video changed your view about how window replacement should be done. If you would like to set up a no-pressure, no-obligation appointment with one of our representatives, please contact us. We look forward to speaking with you. Thanks for watching.